This is the BMW E46 sedan shade. I have it open because I guess once I install this into the car, it's going to be hard for me to stand over it and describe basically the dimensions and stuff. The motor sits under the rear shelf, and as you can see, there's sort of lips here that sort of envelope the shade part of the mechanism, and these sort of like squeeze in between a cut in your deck. So all this portion will sit above your rear deck, and the shade will come up like this. One of the things I wasn't expecting was a slight dip in the middle of the top arch, but the reverse, the brake lights sort of sit right there, so it's probably there to make space for the brake lights. And the shade comes up at an angle, I guess sort of parallel to the way the rear window is sloped, so that's kind of good. It's a lot darker than you would think. I mean, the video it looks sort of light, but in person it looks like a lot like, you know, really dark tint. So these two wires leave the shade, the yellow and white wire. Let me put this down. At the beginning, before the connector, the wires are blue and black, and then it becomes white and yellow on the other side of this connector. If you buy a shade and maybe just have these two wires, because the seller probably cut the connector up, it'll be for you it'll be blue and black, and basically blue is like white and black becomes the yellow. It seems like crossing over, and then these go into, have this connected to the battery to power the shade for a test. These two wire goes to this switch, the yellow and white, and this will be usually, this button switch sits in the console area for the pre-2000, 1998 to 2000 BMWs. From 2001 on, it won't be this button. This button will not fit in a 2001 on sedan unless you modify your dash to squeeze this in somewhere. You need the console switch bar with all the buttons unified in one bar. And I have from this switch, there's like a light blue and purple wire and a brown for ground. So in your car, you connect this to ground source, and I have it in my battery. This wire keeps coming out, and you connect this to the fuse box or power source in your car, and they go to the button. And once you push that button there, the shade will come up. You notice how quiet it is, and it's really fast. Let me back up over here. And a lot of the aftermarket shades are really loud and slow to come up and down, but this one is fairly fast. Let's do it again to go down. This is really smooth, and it's a good quality shade, and it comes up that quick, and it goes down. Yeah, so that's that. Let me just do a quick measurement of it. See, when the shade stops like this, when one of my wires disconnects. So like if you take the key out of the ignition whilst the shade is going up or down, it'll stop midway like that, and then it'll just reverse the direction of the previous motion. So if it's going up and it gets stopped, next time you push the button or start the car, it will go back down midway. So let's raise it up. And just a quick measurement. So the shade extends about 19 inches, 19 and a half inches. And it goes across at the top 34 inches. 34, 35 inches. And at the bottom of the rear shelf, on the base, it sits about 41 inches on the E46 sedan. So the reason I'm taking this measurement is sort of to see if E38, E39, 5 Series, 7 Series shade would also fit in this car. So if you're buying a shade from one of those cars, if you get the measurements, and the measurements are about this, 41 inches across, and when the shade is up, it's 19 to 20 inches, it'll probably fit in your car, your 3 Series sedan or coupe. So that's pretty much it. I'm really happy with this. It's worth every penny to have this. So as you can see, it's jamming because my connectors, my power and ground is not sticking. So let's try it again. And that's that.